Hello all, welcome to Chanakya English. Today we are here in a discussion with Dr. Gayatri, who is a Governor Nominee Senate member for Bardiyar University. Today's discussion is all about the UGC's latest amendments, the draft that has been released by the UGC, which was released by Dr. Dharmendra Pradhan, the Minister of Education for India. So there's been a lot of discussion around this draft report. Many of the state parties, leading parties are opposing it, and they've been stating quite a few reasons. So we'll dive into it and check what's been bothering them and what's been there in the draft report, and let's understand a little bit more. Hello ma'am, welcome to the show. Thank you for your time. Thank you so much for joining us on a Sunday and doing this for us. So ma'am, we've been having this report with us for about 25 days for now. It's been released for the last on Jan 6th, and this report, they've given us a month's time to read the report or the draft report and give our suggestions to them. There has been a lot of talk around this draft report by the Tamil Nadu's ruling party DMK government, as well as the neighboring states CM Mr. Pranay Vijayan also. We've got a lot of terminologies in there, assistant professor grades, different levels, appointment of vice chancellors, professors, associate professor. To start with, let's understand what is UGC, ma'am. How is it related to Minister of Education? How is it related to universities, colleges? Can you enlighten us about that? How does UGC work and what is it?
Sure. Actually, after independence in 1950s, we had this UGC, University Grant Commission. Okay, grants.
Okay.
So, which gives grants to the universities, which is in all over India, based on their status and based on their research, what they are doing. Based on that, the UGC have to give grants. They have to give approval to the colleges and universities, which is running different courses. If it is a private university, whether it is a medical university, whether it is a law university, whether it is an arts and science university, whether it is an engineering one, whomsoever they are contacting, like for engineering, AICT is there. For law, law council is there. For medical, medical council is there. After getting approval from them, the private universities, they have to get permission approval from the UGC also. So in the same way, the state universities, they have to get permission or the approval from the UGC for continuous, and they have to renewal it for the continuous period of time. So based on the scenarios, different scenarios, what is in the current market strategies or for market scenario, the UGC have to give regulations to the universities which they have given approval. Okay, so it is not a new one. The 2025 is a new regulation. So the central government is trying to suppress. These are all hookup stories are myth. Actually, every now and then, even you know very well, our constitution itself amended more than 100 times. Likewise, based on the needs of the university's development, the UGC used to give new regulations and amend the same regulations, some portions, likewise it used to do. So like this, after 2018, for a PhD and other purpose, 2022 was there, 2023 was there, now 2025 is there. So why the 2025 is becoming more popular? Because of the different elements, what you told about, as assistant professor, and NET, JRF, and vice chancellor appointment and vice chancellor's qualification, everything now under question.
Okay, so thank you for that, ma'am. So UGC is a grant commission that was formed after the independence, and which grants and regulates the working of universities and colleges. And now, ma'am, the draft is for the appointment and promotion or recruitment process for all these posts, and it has a lot of posts, which starts from associate professor going to assistant professor, professors, librarians, and even directors for physical education departments. The first question that arises, or there are many points in this, but there are few points that have been addressed by the opposition party, which primarily caught everyone's ears, was the appointment of Vice Chancellor. We can see that there is already a drift between the governor, who's been the chancellor of the university, and the state government, having problems with the autonomous recruitment process with the state and the governor. There are 3 points that have been mentioned in the draft, and it comes on the 27th page of the whole 28 documents. There are 3 points that have been mentioned for the appointment of Vice Chancellor, where a committee has to be formed for the search and appointment of the Vice Chancellor. And in that 3 points, there are first 2 points which says that one should be a governor nominee, the committee member, and the second one, it says it should be a nominee from the UGC's chairperson. So what the state governments are referring here is, if these both are decided by the central government or by any authority of the central government, we can see that it's a 2:1 ratio on a deciding factor for this committee, and there is very less power for the state to give a say on it. So how do you say this, ma'am? Your thoughts on this?
If they accept that, if they admit that when the two members are there, it will be dominated by them. So far, till 2018, the UGC had allowed 3 members in that. One is from the state government, one is from the Senate syndicate, from the whole university representation, another one is governor's nominee. So in that, which two are more powerful? The state government, right?
State. Yes.
Whether these people have misused that power, whether the people of Tamil Nadu or any state have taken upper hand in appointment of vice chancellors. If so, if they accepted that so far we had dominated in the appointment, then you can accept that hereafter the central government or the UGC nominee as well as the governor nominee will take upper hand. According to me, it is not like that, because in the 2018, you have mentioned that there is a drift between governor and the state government. Why it had happened? It is also, there is no personal vengeance between governor and the Tamil Nadu state. According to the 2018 regulation, UGC has directed that the one of the UGC nominee have to be appointed in the scrutiny committee of vice chancellor's appointment. So it has been accepted by many universities of India. West Bengal, actually, how Tamil Nadu is fighting or opposing against that. The same way West Bengal also did the same thing, and they had appointed without UGC's nominees, and nearly 28 appointment it has been made by the West Bengal government to the universities. In that, first one out of 28, two were before 2018 regulation, and after all the 26 are after 2018 regulation. The governor has denied for approval. They went to the Supreme Court. Finally, Supreme Court given the judgment that what the governor has taken in this particular case is acceptable one. So governor is right. So before the regulation, 2018 regulation, who are all appointed without the UGC's nominees, that appointment will be valid, and all the 26 are not valid, and their posts were disapproved by the Supreme Court, even accepted that. Okay. So this is not done by the governor. You have to understand the myth. And the same way, when you given an intro, you have given that the Pinarayi Vijayan also opposing this, and many states opposing this draft, right? Actually, Tamil Nadu government is opposing in a different way, okay, for different purpose. Whether the Kerala government or the Bihar, Nitish Kumar also raised a voice against one thing. Both the things are same. Tamil Nadu government is different, because how the national education policy opposed by the state government by saying only one thing, 3 language policy. In the same way, the whole UGC draft opposed by Tamil Nadu government by showing that VC appointment, the upper hand will be taken by the governor and the UGC nominee. Since they two are made majority people, we have become, the Tamil Nadu government has become minority. So state are using our power, losing our powers like that. But so Kerala government and Nitish Kumar raised voice one in that the VC's appointment had the qualification of the VCs. So far, we had, they should have definitely, they should come as assistant professor, associate professor, professor, and administrative side. Then finally, they will reach this qualification of vice chancellor. But in the new draft, they have mentioned that even the industrialist, those who have
Yes.
contributed for the particular field in an excellent manner, they can be considered for vice chancellor's position. This is what the
Okay.
statement given in the
Yes.
draft. You might have also seen that. They
Yes.
are
Yes, ma'am.
opposing that, but that is also not directly given by the UGC. First, we have to understand that. That is also the
Okay.
direction given by the Supreme Court in one case, which gone to the court regarding the appointment of vice chancellor from the industry. Some people have went to the court. This appointment have to be denied. Based on that particular case, the Supreme Court is giving advice to the UGC and the central government, where even the industrial persons are so qualified and they have given excellent contribution to the particular field. There should be a provision in the UGC particularly mentioned about the industrial people also can be in the list. First, you should be eligible for applying, right? So the
That's correct.
UGC giving provision for applying the industrial persons to apply for the vice chancellor post. That's it. But these people are seeing that particular thing in a magnifying glass and they are making it as a very big issue. All the vice chancellors will lose the chances. All the education people, those who are in the particular field and they have done many things for continuously 30 years or 35 years to the education field, they will not get opportunities and all. It is not like that. First, we have to understand. They are giving one option. The industrial person also can apply and we can also consider. Okay. So there
Okay.
are always
Okay.
exceptions in every field. That persons have to be identified and recognized. This is the statement given by the Supreme Court that we have to understand. So the Tamil
Okay.
Nadu government fighting against the draft is different. All the other
Yes.
states raising point is entirely different.
Yes, I agree to you, ma'am. I was just going to touch the point on the other factors, the qualification of vice chancellors or so. Like you pointed out, there can be industrialist who wants to grow because a person who's been in college or who's doing a student, because teachers are the backbone of the university or the colleges, and they are grooming the students, and students who are entering the industry, when an industrialist comes to a position of vice chancellor, they can make changes or they can bring in a more positive attitude towards the teaching. I agree with you, ma'am. So as you touched on, when the Pranay Vijayan government or any other party who is opposing on the qualification of the governors, I don't see there is a major change in the amendments or the points that they have given, except for this one point that you mentioned of industrialists coming into, and where all the professors or associate professors who've been and HODs who've been working 25-30 years in a college, whose next position is for a vice chancellor or a principal. But isn't it to be justified saying that they should be given a priority or some sort of a clause there which says that priority should be given to them? If not, then going to associates. In the regulation, there should be a point mentioned, and also the point where the 3-member committee, instead of giving the 2:1 ratio, can it be given one from a governor nominee, one from state government, and one from somewhere we can have a common person who can have a say on it. I know we can't have a 4 or even numbers because the vote will be split, and odd numbers is where we will have a definite result. So just wanted to touch upon if that can be done or if that can be a possible one on that, your thoughts.
No, actually, that is not needed one. Whether it is possible or not, that is not needed one because in 2018 regulation they have given provision for 4 members. Okay, two from the government,
Okay.
one from nominee, one from UGC. That is also not accepted by the Tamil Nadu government. The Tamil Nadu government ideology is entirely different because they are already passed the resolution in the assembly that the chancellor should be a chief minister of the particular state. Okay, and the
Yes.
second one,
Yes.
the power of selecting vice chancellors should be given to the chancellor, that is the chief minister. Okay,
Right.
so these two are entirely different. What they are raising is not going to happen because till date, the education is in concurrent list.
Yes.
When it is come to the concurrent list, the upper hand will be, the final decision will be from the central government as of now. Okay, so unless otherwise, Tamil Nadu government goes to court and fight against the particular thing, and the in the parliament, the resolution passed by the parliamentarians like MPs, Rajya Sabha and Lok Sabha MPs, and it is converted to concurrent list to the state list. Unless otherwise,
State.
this is not going to happen. Okay, this is not
Understood.
possible.
Okay.
One thing. The second thing is one common member. You are saying that actually UGC is a
Yes.
independent body, that you have to understand that. Uh, uh,
Okay.
one is governor nominee. You may think that governor nominee will be the central government representation. One Tamil state government nominee, he may be whomsoever ruling the state, the particular person's influence will be there. And the one person is an UGC. They are a bureaucrats. That we have to understand that they are not politicians. They are a
Okay.
bureaucrats. So the
Okay.
bureaucrats have to be given proper recognition. And
Okay.
moreover, the people will be shuffled in the UGC nominee different states. For example, if the
Okay.
UGC committee visiting Tamil Nadu University, for example, my university means the people maybe from Assam will be there. The people maybe from West Bengal will be there. The people maybe
Okay.
from some other state will be there. So it is not
Okay.
necessary that they can influence. That one person maybe from Kerala, for example. Okay. So automatically who is ruling the particular state? But there is no
Yes.
connectivity between the individual employees, those who are nominated by the UGC as their nominees, because for that
Okay.
also we are having provisions in the selection of nominees. Okay, for
Okay.
inspection and for NAC visit, for approval,
Okay.
post approval visit and all, there is a different procedures are there. This is a fully bureaucrat work, and it is a fully official academic work. There is no connectivity in the political work and this one. That's why
Understood.
even when the three people were there, I used to tell that the state government hand was upper hand, because you know very well, wherever the state nominee, university nominee will be there, the university have to adhere the rules and regulations of the particular state, not to the central
Okay.
government. Central government for affiliation purpose. So UGC is for affiliation purpose. All the other things, they have to adhere the rules and regulations of the particular state. So automatically there will be a small veil between biased and unbiased thing, that we have to accept. So that's why these people are fearing that what we did so far, it may happen in future with these two people, those who are nominated by governor and the UGC. So we need not worry about that, because one is bureaucrat. Even though the one person is from the central government, one person central government's governor's nominee, one person is from government side. So first you
Okay.
let them come to the field. They prepare a list. They have to give an advertisement. They
Yes.
have to prepare a list. Out of three, only the governor is going to select. That thing you have to understand. They have to collect the applications for various people. They have to scrutinize that. They have to identify the persons from that list. Only three. Out of three, the governor can choose one. He cannot include one more person, and he can select that one person. It is not possible. So the
Yes.
system is so transparent. Who are all in
Yes.
the
We they
three
have to give
persons
a,
list?
yeah, they have to
Yes,
give an advertisement in the newspaper, and then
yes,
they have to collect applications. They have to apply and then come in. Yeah,
yes.
that's more clear,
The
ma'am. Thank you so much for
assistant
that.
professor
Yeah.
and associate professor, only the state government is opposing, because all the people, those who are all applying for a net and let these people know how difficult it is. Okay, so they have given very good relaxation. Either you need a PhD or you can get benefit out of net, or otherwise. So far, it is very tough for a intermediate course, those who have done interdisciplinary course, those who have did their UG and PG. It is very tough for them to get a government job because UG, PG, PhD have to be from same stream. But it is not
Yes.
now that rules has been relaxed. They have given
Yes.
wonderful options, number of options to the assistant professor or associate professors or professors. UG you can do one thing, PG and PhD you can do one thing. So that you will be given eligibility. UG and PhD is one, PG you have done interdisciplinary. You are eligible to do that. But for example, simply I'm giving you example. Commerce,
Yes.
management studies, corporate. These three are interrelated. Okay. So
Yes.
I did my UG in BCom, for example. I'm doing MBA in PhD, MBA and PhD in management studies. So now I am eligible. If I complete a net in commerce, I am eligible for commerce department. So now, if it is for management studies, since MBA and PhD is there, I'm eligible for management studies department. Instead of one option, now I'm getting three options. Okay, so the persons, those who are in the field, they are getting very bright opportunities. Instead of one, they are having 3 or 4 opportunities, because year by year, the net completion people's numbers are reducing and the absentees are getting reducing. JRF, that is Junior Research Fellowship, those who are interested to do fellowship under PhD scholarship like that, that number is minimizing day by day. So the UGC
Okay.
wants to boost that numbers. So they are relaxing some rules and giving maximum benefits to the beneficiaries, those who are interested to pursue higher studies. So this is what going on in the particular changes through the draft. I can understand all the educationists, these
Yes.
people are welcoming this particular move, but this is for political purpose. The people are opposing that. But one thing which didn't addressed or raised by any of the state people or any of the educationists is one thing, that is um, giving weightage to the science and arts graduates. For example, I have done my PhD in commerce or arts curriculum. One person is doing PhD, done PhD and guiding and everything in science curriculum, means their research papers validity will be more, because based on their citations. The citations
Correct.
will be less for non science people. So in that case, I used to tell, I raised my voice for the weightages should be given. For example, when the impact factor is 15 or 20 for the science people, 7 or 8 should be acceptable for arts and science, common arts students. This weightage, unless otherwise, it is very tough for the art side people to come to the position like registrar or vice chancellor or for the higher position. So if the things raised by the Tamil Nadu state government through their employees, I would have happy that this government is taking care of the educationist welfare. But it is purely they are doing politics. The people, those who are in the field, they will understand that this regulation is best for us.
Okay, thank you for pointing that out, man. The political statements are being a lot being talked about. Let's keep aside the political statement for a bit. And when looking into, as you rightly pointed out, there have been a lot of opportunities given to interdisciplinary people who wanted to pursue a different discipline other than commerce or business, as you pointed out. There has been a talk on, I know you touched upon like net exam, mandatory and not mandatory and things like that. Can you quickly dive little more deep about it and say for who all the net is mandatory and who are all it is not mandatory and they can directly apply? Because we see the appointment of assistant professors and associate professors at the entry level, and we have net exam for them. Can you little
Yes.
bit
Give us a knowledge on that, please.
Yeah, sure. So far, for the government appointment, either net or PhD is must. Okay. Now
Okay.
it is purely through merit. You need not completed the net or SLET exam, set exam. You can go for you are eligible. So purely merit, you can get into the job, and you can pursue your PhDs. So now it has
Okay.
become, it has been relaxed. This is the main thing that we have to understand. And the second
Okay.
thing, even when you are going for a government job, the interdisciplinary is not eligible. Even you cannot apply. So now it has been relaxed. So this NET exam is useful for two things. One is
Okay.
for interdisciplinary, if you have done your uh, degree, graduations in different UG and PG, then in which category you have written your NET exam and you have been selected, in that department also you are eligible to apply. That is one thing.
Okay.
And second thing,
Okay.
you didn't do PhD, but you have clear NET. You will be given preference. You are eligible. Third one, you didn't
Okay.
written NET exam, but you are having PhD. Now you are also eligible for that. Okay,
Okay.
so the NET has been removed as a mandatory position. It has been eligible options for different category.
Okay, so if there is NET and no PhD, it's okay, and if there is PhD, no NET, it is okay. So the vice versa combination is available.
And
Speaking of
interdisciplinary NET is accepted. For
in,
example, when I did my
yes.
corporate secretaryship, there is no NET in corporate secretaryship at all. For that, I
Okay.
have completed MCom. Then I have written
Okay.
the NET exam in commerce. Now I am
Okay.
eligible to write NET exam in commerce. I am eligible to write exam in corporate. I am eligible to write exam in management studies, since my corporate secretaryship comes under management studies in Alagappa University, commerce in Madras University, arts in Madurai Kamaraj University. See the difference, how the state universities viewing a particular degree, different university, different thing. These benefits
Okay.
given to the degree holders without knowing that what we did our degree, what are all the consequences we faced for 20 years, that this has been come to an end. Now we are getting
Okay.
opportunity, multiple opportunities we are getting.
Okay, beautiful, ma'am. Thank you for explaining that. There is one more thing that I would like to discuss on this topic. There is a statement on the criteria which says that the term where the student does his PhD program, it should not be considered as a research term. So and it also says that there's the eight few other criteria here that says that there should be at least 8 papers published and different criteria. So if the PhD term is not to be considered as a research term, then how does it relate with other selection criteria?
No, it is not. Actually, they are mentioning that it is not mandatory. But if you want to sustain and if you want to improve your qualifications and promotions, definitely you need a PhD. Okay. So,
Yes.
so far, the research had different nomenclatures, like I have to produce so many papers, and that papers have to be comes in different journals which is mentioned by the UGC. So, so many duplicate journals have started like mushrooms, and people started uh, earn money like through the particular research papers. For example, I have completed all my research work. Okay. So I am submitting. For that submission, I have to give two Scopus papers. Two Scopus
Okay.
papers in a referred UGC journal. So you referred
Okay.
UGC journals means you have to wait for 6 months time, or it may be go up to 1 year time. A shortcut, the people started find out, if I give 15,000 rupees, if I give 20,000 rupees, paid journals. So it has become like a mafia, collecting money from the PhD scholars and publishing their papers. I will publish and submit the thesis. By that time, that name of the journal will not be in the list.
Okay.
So one university
Okay.
will say that, okay, while when you are publishing, if the paper is under, if the journal is under UGC, it will be acceptable. One journal says that till we scrutinize that journal name has to be affiliated by UGC, then your paper is not accepted, even if it
Okay.
is Scopus, you said. So there are so many confusions are there. So now it
Yes.
has been removed, and the benefits given to the research scholars, their research work is given more important. And in the national education policy, they have given one option that so far only we had community reservations for PhD scholarship. Now the
Correct.
University Grants Commission says that, and through the national education policy, if your research topic is related to the society in any way directly, if it is going to help the society, the government will instruct or identify the private helpers, those who can sponsor you. You can apply for the scholarship. They can be a bridge. The government can be a bridge for the scholars and the companies, those who are interested to have that particular research. For example, one thing I can say, if you are talking about the vaccination, any new vaccination you are going to identify, microbiology or biotech students are doing that research. So the biotech companies or the medical companies can come forward for to sponsor that. So through central government, the scholars will be identified, and the persons will be given to the private companies. They private companies can sponsor to me. I will do the research, and if the research helpful, the private company can take a part in that, in marketing or making it as a marketable product. I can make
Okay.
only prototype models. I cannot go for direct marketing. So in that case, those who are sponsored, they can help me to take till the market. So these are all the opportunities given in the national education policy for the scholars. Through that, this will help. This will remove the unnecessary glitches so far what we had in the research papers publications. And now the research scholars fully they can concentrate towards their research till their submission of the thesis. They need not worry about anything.
Okay, understood, ma'am. So there are a lot of discussions and positives on one side. Is there something ambiguous that you found in this draft which you feel that it could be corrected?
Actually, one thing I told you, no, the recognition or weightages should be given to the science academicians and the arts
Yes.
academicians. So, if the
Yes.
weightage is given by provision, instead of you are giving gratitude or you are giving mercy to me, instead of that, it is a proper rules and regulations. If it is arts, this much, for example, when you are having a vice chancellor's appointment or any appointment, higher grade like controller of examination or registrar, these are all the thing. No, even for the internal, vice chancellor is external. All the other things are internal. Even in that, the science will be given more important. The arts is not getting much opportunities. So in that case,
Okay.
when you are having the weightage system, automatically I will be in that list instead of getting mercy from you people, or instead of seeing a different activities. Through my merit itself, I will get an opportunity to be in that list. Then it is my responsibility to present myself and getting convinced the people, those who are interviewing for in the panel. Then I have to get it, but it is very tough for us to getting listed our name itself. It is a very big task for us nowadays.
Okay, okay, understood. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much for explaining all this to us. So we have February 5th as a deadline, and I wish all associate stakeholders take a look at the 28-page document. It will maximum take an hour's time to just read about it, and we can always give our suggestions and feedback, because during the release of this draft, the Secretary of Education, he said that the UGC and the ministry was working hand in hand, and it was consulted across various ministries in Delhi, and they've found this, they've written this draft, and they're expecting changes to be made as per the suggestions welcomed by the people and all of the stakeholders. Let's hope that all stakeholders give their suggestions and we get a beautiful amendment at the end of this time period. Thank you so much, ma'am, for your time. Thank you, and thank you, everyone. Thank you. We'll wait for another beautiful conversation in Chanakya English. Thank you.